Housing Development Program and the globe. Number one, Housing Development Program.
The constant increase in house rent and accommodation in general has forced many Nigerians to decline the social ladder, thus making urban housing unaffordable. Now the question is, what is the way out? Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Housing Development. Thank you for joining us. I am Hafsat Orime Ibrahim. In this week's package, we have reports on various happenings in the housing sector, plus a visit to Kabusa, a developing residential community in the southern part of the Amak district in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, to get first-hand information on the living conditions over there. What are stakeholders saying about how the government can intervene on how inflation is changing where Nigerians can live and profile possible solutions? Let's get started with the latest trending news in the housing sector. Stay tuned.
The 6th Construction Artisans Awards 2026, held in Abuja, brought together industry stakeholders to celebrate skilled artisans across Nigeria. The 3-day event, which took place from February 23 to 25 at the Old Parade Ground, Area 10, Gariki, Abuja, focused on the theme, Advancing Skills Excellence for National Development. Artisans are to be honored in categories such as Best Carpenter and Top Electrician, with leaders highlighting their vital role in national infrastructure development. Speakers including Barrister Festus Adebayo, Mr. Anthony Okwa, and Alhaji Idris Abubakar commended the artisans for their dedication and encouraged professionalism and continuous learning.
Construction Artisans Awards is instilling a sense of pride in the artisans and the skills, quality consciousness, the desire to improve, to give of their best. It's a lifelong benefit. It also helps them to network amongst their peers and to be connected to prospective employers. They will have the opportunity, because like I said, the National Board for Technical Education is closely monitoring this process. They certify the regulation process. The Nigeria Institute of Building, which is the awarding body, those of them who are found competent will get skills qualification certificates that are internationally recognized. And of course, you know, if you have certification for your skills, it's a passport that can take you anywhere. So that by itself is beyond any other reward that we can give to them.
Participants expressed joy at the opportunity to showcase their skills as the event recorded a strong turnout. President Bola Tinubu has directed that 1,550 units Nigerian Army housing project in Abuja be completed within 2 to 3 months, targeting commissioning by late March or early April. Minister of Housing and Urban Development Ahmed Musa Dangiwa stated the project is part of the administration's Renewed Hope agenda aimed at providing modern, fully serviced barracks to enhance military personnel welfare and operational effectiveness. The development, handled by Brains and Hammers Estate Company, includes 1 to 3 bedroom bungalows, roads, schools, religious centers, shopping facilities, sports areas, and clinics. A 6.5-kilometer dualized access road linking the estate to Kubwa Highway is also underway, improving connectivity and stimulating surrounding development. The project is jointly implemented by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development and the Federal Housing Authority, with close supervision to ensure timely delivery. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has approved the cancellation of 485 land titles in Abuja after the failed verification checks. The affected documents submitted for regularization by area councils were found to be fake following a review of the Department of Land Administration and the Abuja Geographic Information System. The revoked titles cut across Buari, Abuja Municipal, and Kuje area councils, including locations such as Ushafa, Dawaki, Kurudu, Nyanya, Lugbe, and Kuchiyako. The action is part of ongoing reforms by the FCTA to address forged documents, double allocations, and other irregularities in land administration. To read the full details of the news, visit www.africahousingnews.com.
As the inflation persists, research shows that over 30% of Nigerians, translating to nearly 62 million people, are now facing serious housing challenges. While 80% of the country's 206 million people live in informal housing, plagued by problems related to poor quality and inadequate infrastructure, a visit to Kabusa, a community of the Federal Capital Territory, show inhabitants lament bitterly of their living conditions, ranging from poor maintained roads, lack of clean water, poor electricity supply, rising insecurity, lack of basic amenities, and the list goes on. Let's take a look.
This is what it looks like now in the Kabusa community of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. And what you see now is not new to the residents. From lack of basic social amenities, cost of food prices, lack of power supply, no drainage system, lack of pipe-borne water system, bad roads, just to mention but a few. They say every time it rains, the entire streets get flooded, and the situation can even be worse. This community is made up of people from different spheres of life who share a common bond, that is, living in an appalling state. In a bid to get a clearer picture, the housing development crew spoke to some of the residents who aired their grievances while calling on the government to come to their aid. Mrs. Mercy Musa's business has been at a standstill due to lack of patronage, as many of her customers complain of a lack of money for services.
Things are just standstill because of, in fact, I cannot really explain what is happening. So I am just pleading to this administration that is coming forth that he should try and know how he was going to do with this country, Nigeria, so that this we can have good life. Because just imagine that you stay for how many days, you will not see food to eat because there is no market. Even when you come, like yesterday, I did not do anything here. Day before yesterday, I did not do anything. Almost going to a week. In a week, you cannot even get most of even 5,000 naira. There are a lot of things. We are still talking about the same security of a thing. They stole my gen. In fact, this place is just somehow. Do you understand? There is no good road. Like now, yesterday I prepared for AMAC. I'm still ready for them to come. Because every year you find out they will come here and collect our money without not doing anything. Every rainy season, you see things are just somehow for person. For you to even go to your house is a problem. For you to trek, when rain fall here now, for you to trek from here to road is a big problem.
While many people put a smile on their faces just to get by every day, despite the lack of infrastructure and extreme poverty, there is no gainsaying that the people need intervention.
Imagine a continent where every family has a place to call home, where investors meet builders, where policies spark progress, where ideas become foundations and foundations become homes. For 20 years, one platform has been shaping that vision into reality. This is the Africa International Housing Show. And this year, we celebrate a powerful milestone, 20 years of transforming dreams into homes. Every year, over 40,000 visitors gather from across Nigeria and beyond. More than 400 leading brands converge under one roof. Developers, financial institutions, construction giants, government agencies, all united by one mission: to advance housing in Africa. At the heart of the show lies the CEO Conference, where policymakers, investors, and industry leaders sit at one table. Here, strategies are shaped, policies are debated, solutions are designed to unlock growth in real estate and housing development. Because when leaders align, the industry moves forward. And beyond the conference hall, a world of opportunity awaits. On the exhibition floor, innovation comes alive. From building materials to smart home technology, from mortgage solutions to interior finishes, from local developers to global brands. This is where investors discover projects, where aspiring homeowners find their future address, where brands expand their reach. For 2 decades, the Africa International Housing Show has done more than host events. It has connected investors with builders. It has strengthened industry relationships. It has helped thousands take steps towards home ownership. It has become a catalyst for growth in Africa's real estate ecosystem and a bridge between Africa and the global housing market. If you are an investor seeking opportunity, a brand ready to expand, a policymaker shaping tomorrow, or a family dreaming of owning a home, this is where you belong. This year's show comes up on the 13th to 18th of July 2026. Venue, Transcorp Hilton, Abuja, Nigeria. For more information, please call +234 916 500 0000 or visit www.africahousingshow.com/AIHS 2026. Africa International Housing Show. 20 years of transforming dreams into homes. The future of housing starts here.
That's the condition of the people living in Kabusa community of the FCT. Our next visit is the Day Building Market, still in the FCT. Let's dive right in.
The Day Building Materials Market in Abuja is a major hub for construction supplies, attracting contractors, developers, and individual homeowners daily. A survey conducted across different sections of the market shows varying prices in both structural and finishing materials. Iron rods, which are essential for structural strength, currently sell at different rates depending on sites. Traders say the prices are influenced by transportation costs and factory production expenses.
Current price now in the market is a little bit higher than previous one. Like for instance, Royal TMT, what you are selling it like 16 be sold at the market. Current price of today, we are selling 19,900 naira. Then 12 we are selling 11,200, while 10 be sold 7,900 naira. Is a little bit higher than previous years.
The shelter is here, different products, different categories, and different prices. But first of all, I'll start from the 60 by 60. I'll start from 60 by 60. We have 60 by 60 like Royal Castle. That one we sold it at the rate of 6,500 per square meter. Then 60 by 120 also at the rate of 12,000. The 40 by 40, the one that is very common in the market. And 40 by 40, I can give you, we are selling 40 by 40. The current price now is 4,800. While the 60 by 60 of it is 6,500. Then the 60 by 120 of it, the bigger size, is 12,000.
All these ones we see here, both this one, mahogany, this one, as well as, this is 4 by 12. 4 by 12. And we are selling the rate of this one now. We are selling this one. As we are selling this 10,800 for each timber. That's double timber, 4 by 12. This ironwood you see here, that this one they pack here. That one is 15,600 naira. We are selling it for each timber. That's double, 4 by 12. All of them, what they here is 4 by 12.
While market activity remains steady at Day, price instability continues to shape purchasing decisions. Experts advise prospective builders to conduct thorough market surveys and make financial provisions for possible fluctuation before commencing construction projects. As we have seen, the cost of building materials continue to fluctuate, impacting both contractors and homeowners. For anyone planning a construction project, staying informed about market trends is now more important than ever.
This is what Nigerians have to say about the rising inflation and how it has changed where Nigerians can live.
The problem about economic, so that is the reason many people is not stay in town. Some they are go to like Maraba and Dede or some part of the Abuja. So that is the problem, the first one. The second one, some people they are not even get work, which if they are like to stay here in Abuja, they are stay to get where they want to stay comfortably. So that is the thing which I know about this issue. Yes, majority of the people, if you look at the salary which the people collect here in Abuja, the majority, the salary is not enough to the people who live here in Abuja. So that is the reason. Even if you like to stay, you cannot afford to pay your rent. So that is the thing.
But first, let me start with the one I've experienced, which is agent. Agent is the first challenge I encountered when I came to Abuja, whereby, in fact, sometimes you will get up to 15 agents, and at the end, you struggle with them. They will ask you to pay a particular money to them just to go and show you a particular house to rent. So it's very challenging. Although we have a method that we are using at the moment, whereby we meet bodies that have this particular house available, whereby you can meet them, contact them, and have it on. That is on the renting. On the getting of having, let me say, become a house owner again. The major challenge there is more of having a proper documentation, because in most cases, what used to happen is that you think you already have a land until you start your first block work. You see someone come and ask you, why are you building in my land? So proper documentation is the other challenge, and let me say, getting to know the rightful owner of a land. This is the major challenge. But as I said, now they already have bodies, department, and the likes that handle all this.
I know owning a house in Lagos is something very difficult, especially the agents. Before getting a house, let me say, if you want to get a house of like 2 million, you contacting the agent and everything, before the agent itself will even show you the house you love, by then the money will be remaining like 600,000. By then you'll be done with the money. But once it comes to Abuja, I can say it's a little bit fair, but the price is higher, but not compared to Lagos. The main problem is the agent. I won't say it's the landlord.
Okay, so for now I am renting, so I will speak on that one. It's usually the cost of rentals, yes, because most of the time it increases almost every year. Like the place I rent, it's usually increased since I rented like 3 years back now. It has been increased every year. Yeah, that's the biggest challenge. Okay, when it comes to owning a home in this town, I think the biggest challenge most times is the authenticity of the documents. Most of the time, that's the biggest challenge, because you may get somewhere, you may think it's cheap, but at the end of the day, you discover that that land is not genuine. Yeah, that's one of the big challenges. Then the ones that are genuine are actually very expensive.
Voices on the streets there. Welcome back. You're watching Housing Development. Affordable housing is a major challenge for many Nigerians. The high cost of housing in the country, particularly the FCT. The persistent inflation is making it difficult for Nigerians to live in decent environments, and in the report coming up next, stakeholders call on the government to do everything possible to salvage the economy for decent housing to be achieved. Take a listen.
Decent environment is actually
things that we assume that is decent. If, for instance, in central area right now, you take some agencies to Buhari, some agencies to Oglada, you make that environment decent already. Having a land in Oglada right now is about 7 million naira, so you can easily get a land there because your workplace is situated there. In Buhari right now, I think the JAM center is in Buhari. Imagine working in JAM and you have your house in Buhari, you're close to your town. Do you understand? Your work is where you actually, the vicinity that you're working. In a situation whereby I have an office in the town, I live in Kubwa, I want to live close to town. It makes that area very expensive for people to live. So I think the government has to come in a situation whereby they distribute the parastatals across Abuja and will be able to have a proper price in development of the whole Abuja as a capital.
Inflation has made it difficult for many people to own their own homes. How affordable housing can be achieved in the country, especially by the downtrodden? Let's listen to the hope given to Nigerians from the Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria during the press conference held in Abuja.
The Managing Director of Federal Mortgage Bank, Alhaji Usman Shehu Osidi, highlighted key achievements recorded since the assumption of office, including a significant increase in the number of contributors and remarkable improvement in the process of National Housing Fund (NHF) reforms for eligible contributors.
The past 2 years have been about stabilizing the institution, restoring confidence, deepening impact, and building strong foundations for the future. Today, I am pleased to come before you to report that, in spite of the daunting challenges we have faced and continue to face, we have achieved remarkable results in all areas of our operational focus and performance parameters.
A detailed explanation of the scheme was provided with strong emphasis on the bank's contributory role in advancing housing development nationwide.
In 2024, the highest annual collection ever made into the National Housing Fund was 100 billion, which was recorded in 2023. In 2024, we came in and took the collection to 203 billion. In the outward year 2025, our NHF collections has reached 252.4 billion naira, representing over 48% growth on the 2024 collection and the highest annual collection in the history of this bank. We also grew.
The bank also reaffirmed its commitment to the renewed Hope Housing Program of the President through direct funding support for housing construction and the delivery of affordable homes to Nigerians.
Now I go to direct support for the renewed Hope Housing Program of Mr. President, which is another presidential deliverable assigned to the bank. In line with our deliberate intention to scale the delivery of home ownership for Nigerians, we are also giving substantial support to the renewed Hope Housing Program of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR. As a direct result of the bank's support to developers under the program, through the provision of a 100 billion obstacle guarantee, housing projects under the renewed Hope Housing and Estate programs are currently ongoing in Abuja, Kano, Lagos, and other locations across the country.
An award of excellence was also presented to him by the team in recognition of his dedication, commitment to housing development, and relentless efforts in advancing affordable housing initiatives across the country.
We're here from Dubai. The show here in Abuja is phenomenal. It's a great experience. So we're really happy to be a part of this amazing show.
The show is a really good platform. I think it's a really good platform for people to be able to advertise their businesses. We definitely like the show.
I'm Debbie Erb. I'm the founder of DLE Advisors. I have attended the show before, and I have to say it's bigger and better than it was. An incredible array of opportunities, companies.
I'm the Executive Director, Lagos State Development and Property Corporation. I'm here at the International Housing Show, and this is a show that brings all the experts and all the major players in the real estate sector together.
I am Ada Fong, the former Deputy Director of Housing from the Hong Kong Housing Authority. I think it's a very interesting housing show and conference that brings together a lot of experts and talents and government officials in Africa to explore the subject of housing in Africa.
The most effective ways to achieve decent housing in Nigeria is through government intervention. The government can implement public-private partnership for mass construction, subsidize land, providing tax incentives to developers, and promoting locally sourced building materials to reduce costs. The government can also implement policies that will encourage the development of affordable housing, such as strengthening the existing agenda, such as providing enough liquidity into the Federal Housing Authority (FHA). Flexible and accessible mortgage module is also a means. By providing these basic and effective policies, it will help Nigerians to live in a decent, more habitable and cleaner environment, because everyone deserves to live in a peaceful and serene community for the progress of the country. According to Festus Adebayo, you cannot fix poverty without fixing housing. On that note, I'll draw the curtains here on today's edition of Housing Development. See you same time next week. Many thanks for watching. I still remain your anchor, Hafsat Orime Ibrahim. Bye for now.